At a certain place, the horizontal component of the Earth's magnetic field, the horizontal component of the Earth's magnetic field, that is BH, is equal to root 3 times vertical component. Correct? Horizontal component is root 3 times vertical component. What is the angle of dip? Therefore, look at this. Angle of dip tan delta is equal to BV upon BH. Now, BV will remain as it is, and BH will remain as root 3 BV. It's not coming. BV will remain BV itself, and BH will be root 3 BV. Therefore, can I say BV and PV will cancel? Therefore, can I say tan delta is equal to 1 by root 3? So tell me, tan of which angle is 1 by root 3?
30.
Tan of 30 is 1 by root 3. Therefore, can I say answer will be D? Getting it?
Yes.
I think my screen broadcasting has stopped again. Okay, in the meantime, give me the answer for question number 13, 14, 15. 13, 14, 15. Start. Nitya, correct. And correct. Okay. Others try to answer. Sakshi, write the question number also because we are doing 3 questions together. 13, 14, 15. Okay. The line on the Earth's surface joining points where the field is horizontal is magnetic equator. Direct theory question, 13th one. 14th one, isogonic lines on a magnetic map will have same angle of declination. Another theory question directly. Both the answers are found in your 11th standard textbook. Question number 13, answer is D. Question number 14, answer is C. Is it clear? Now, question number 15. Question number 15.
C, 45.
At a place, if the Earth's horizontal and vertical components are equal, what will be the angle of dip? Horizontal and vertical components are equal. That means BV is equal to BH. Correct? Horizontal and vertical components are equal. Therefore, now I have tan delta is equal to BV by BH. Correct? Now, since BV is equal to BH, can I say they will cancel and I will get tan delta equal to 1? Now tan delta equal to 1. Can I say tan delta is same as tan 45? Therefore, delta will be equal to 45 degree. Whenever such questions come, your answer will be either 0, 1 by root 3, 1, root 3. This usually does not come. You will have these answers. So last time you had this answer, remember? In this question, you had this answer. Okay, so you should understand the similarities of the questions. Okay. Now, magnetic equipments we'll have to do later in some other chapter. Turn the page. Tell me whether we have finished page number 69, whether we have finished those questions 1, 2, 3. Just check. Page number 69, have we finished 1, 2, 3?
Eighth one we have not done.
I think we have finished this last class. Yesterday only, I think, right? Okay. Now, another set of theory questions. Page number 71, side heading JEE means. Can you see? In that question number 1, start. Page number 71, question number 1. Okay, I've got answers from. Okay, keep giving me. Question number 1 under JEE mains. What is it? The magnetic lines of force inside a bar magnet. Now, magnetic lines of force, please look at the screen. You have North Pole, you have South Pole. And inside the bar magnet, magnetic lines of force are from South Pole to North Pole. And outside the magnet, they are North Pole to South Pole, correct? Inside the magnet, they are South Pole to North Pole, and outside the magnet, they are North Pole to South Pole. Is it clear? Now, see the options. The magnetic lines of force inside a bar magnet, answer will be A. They are from North Pole to the, they are from the South Pole to the North Pole because they have asked inside the magnet in the question. Check. Now, instead of inside, if they had told outside, then tell me what should be the option.
B.
Instead of inside, then the
A.
option would be B. That is why very carefully you should read the word inside and outside, right? The question. Okay. Now, similarly, try to solve question number 2. The next question. Start. Tell me which diagram is the right diagram for magnetic lines of force. Think about it and answer. Nitya, correct. Very good. Others try to answer. Shannon, right. Shalu, correct. Suraj, wrong. Sakshi, correct. Tanvi, correct. Trisha, correct. Arshia, wrong. See, they enter the magnet. Therefore, option A and option B are automatically out because they form closed loops. If you see option A and option B, they're not even entering the magnet. If they don't enter the magnet, then inside the magnet, they cannot go from South Pole to North Pole. Therefore, option A and option B are automatically out. Option C and option D, you should have a confusion. And then you should look at the diagram carefully and clear that confusion. What is the confusion? Tell me. Now, option C, if you notice, it is going from North Pole to South Pole even inside the magnet. Check. That means it is wrong. Option C is wrong. And in option D, it is correct. It is going from South Pole to North Pole inside the magnet and from North Pole to South Pole outside the magnet. Therefore, option D is the right option. Therefore, option D is the right option. Therefore, first answer is A. Second answer is D. First answer is A. Second answer is D. Okay. Turn the page. Come to question number 11. Page number 72. Question number 11. Tell me what should be the answer. Page number 72. Question number 11. Shalu check her answer. Tanvi correct. Shannon right. Nitya correct. Sejal correct. Sakshi correct. Shalu now correct. Diya correct. Sunita right. Suraj correct. Magnetic susceptibility, Marin correct. Magnetic susceptibility is negative for what? It is negative for diamagnetic. It is small and positive for paramagnetic. It is very large for ferromagnetic, correct? See the table that you have done for diamagnetic, paramagnetic and ferromagnetic. See the table that you have done. Diamagnetic, paramagnetic and ferromagnetic. In that case, susceptibility is negative only for diamagnetic. If it was a paramagnetic, it would be positive but small. And if it was ferromagnetic, it would be very, very large. Okay. Similarly, start with question number 12. That is the next question. What should be the answer? Just understand and answer. Needles N1, N2, N3 are made up of ferromagnetic, paramagnetic, and diamagnetic substance, respectively. A magnet, when it is brought close to them, well, now what will a magnet do? Since N1 is made up of ferromagnetic, it will attract N1 strongly, correct? Since N1 is ferromagnetic, it will attract N1 strongly. Therefore, can I say attract N1 strongly? Now, N2 is paramagnetic, therefore it will attract it weakly, but it will attract. And N3 is diamagnetic, so it will repel N3. Therefore, which option is saying N1 will attract strongly, N2 will attract weakly, and N3 will repel? So which option actually satisfies all three conditions? Check. Option A, B, C, and D. Can I say option A is satisfying all the options? Now tell me what is wrong in option B.
Second one for
N2 repel.
Correct. They are saying N2 is repelling, but paramagnetic won't repel. It will weakly attract. Therefore, option B is wrong. What is wrong in option C? They are saying it will attract all three of them, but it will attract only two of them. It will repel N3. That is wrong in option C. What is wrong in option D?
N2
It is
strongly.
stating that N2 will attract strongly, but it is attracting weakly.
N2 is attracting weakly. Okay, therefore option D is also not the right option. Therefore, the right option which matches all three conditions is option A. 12th one option is A. Correct? Now, 13th one, start. Question number 13. Question number 13. Yesterday itself we have done what is Curie temperature. So tell me what is Curie temperature? Curie temperature is the temperature above which a ferromagnetic material becomes paramagnetic. I told you, if I heat a ferromagnetic substance above a temperature called Curie temperature, it will behave like a paramagnetic substance. If I heat a substance above Curie temperature, a ferromagnetic substance becomes paramagnetic substance. Okay. Question number 14, take it as your homework. Question number 14, take it as your homework. Next page, question number 21. Okay. Next page, question number 21. Start solving. Next page, question number 21. Start solving. Next page, question number 21. Start solving. A paramagnetic substance in the form of a cube with sides 1 centimeter. Therefore, side is 1 centimeter. I'm just writing the data as it is. Has a magnetic dipole moment, 20 into 10 power minus 6. When the magnetic intensity H is 60 into 10 power 3, what is the magnetic susceptibility? Tell me, what is the formula for magnetic susceptibility? Anyone? What is actual formula for magnetic susceptibility? It is magnetization upon magnetic field intensity, correct? Everyone please look at the screen. It is mz by h. Can I say h is automatically known? Can I say h is directly given in the question? Now, mz is not given in the question, but can I say mz is magnetic moment per volume?
Yes.
So magnetic moment is known. Can I say instead of volume, can I write it as side cube? Can I write it as side cube? Because volume is nothing but side into side into side, or length cube. Correct? So is side given? Is magnetic moment given? Yes, both are given. Please look at the screen. Both are given. Therefore, I will get magnetization. That value I put it over here, and then I get the value for susceptibility. Therefore, there are two operations to be done. I've given you the clue. Now start. There are two operations to be done. I have given you the clue. Now start and tell me the answer. 1 centimeter means 10 power minus 2 meter. You have to convert into SI. Everyone start.
Sir, magnetism is the 11th standard का topic, no?
Magnetism?
Is the 11th standard का topic, no?
No. What is the question? Magnetization?
Magnetism is the 11th standard का topic, no?
It is there in your 12th standard also. It is both. Magnetism
okay,
and
so
in your
it's like
12th it is called
continuous,
magnetism.
right?
It is continued. Okay, this is
Okay.
part. Whatever I am doing right now on the screen is 12th standard. First, tell me what answer you're getting for MZ, magnetization. What
20.
answer are you getting for MZ? Tell me what answer you're getting for magnetization.
20.
That is exactly 20, correct? Therefore, this will be exactly 20. Check whether you're getting magnetization as 20. Because 10 power minus 2, the whole cube will be 10 power minus 6, correct? 10 power minus 2, the whole cube will be 10 power minus 6. That will cancel. Therefore, you're left with 20. Now, mz by h. So, can I say 1 by 3 into 10 power minus 3, correct? 1 by 3 into 10 power minus 3 is our answer. But what exactly is the option? 1 by 3 is what?
0.33.
0.333, correct? 1 by 3, 0.333. Now tell me, 1 by 3 into 10 power minus 3 is our answer. Which option comes closest to our answer?
Option C.
Option C, correct. Option C is 3.3 into 10 power minus 4. Check, are you getting all of it? 3.3 into 10 power minus 4. Getting it? Here, in this particular question, make sure you get this formula correct. Okay, first one, that is susceptibility is magnetization by H. And the second formula you should get right is mz is equal to m by v. The second formula that you should get right is mz is equal to m by v. If you get these two formulae right, then you can get the answer. Correct? Now, question number 22. Question number 22. Remember last class, I have given you one relation. Look at this. Remember this relation? For a paramagnetic material, susceptibility is inversely proportional to temperature. Susceptibility is inversely proportional to temperature. Therefore, Xi1 T1 is equal to Xi2 T2. Now, using that logic, try to solve question number 22. Anyone getting the answer? Question number 22.
3.2.
Third option.
Third option.
Right. Option C is the right answer, but see if you're getting it. You have to be very careful because all the options are very similar. Just check. So you have to do it in detail. But can I say this formula itself has to be used? And can you tell me that the first line is a dummy line? Just check. Means you're not using it. The first line is a dummy line in the sense you're not using the data in our answer because the data that I need in my answer can be found out from the remaining lines. Can be found out from the remaining lines. For your NEET, you will not get such complicated options. Your options will be very far away. For example, you'll get 1.6, 1.2, 2.2, 3.2, 4.2 like that. This is a JEE question. Very recent question in fact. But the formula remains the same. Xi1 T1 is equal to Xi2 T2. Answer should be C. Just check whether you're getting answer as C. And one more thing you should remember, temperature which is given in this formula has to be in Kelvin because it is absolute temperature. The temperature given in the formula has to be in Kelvin because it is absolute temperature. If both the temperature are in the same unit, doesn't matter, but otherwise you will have to convert. Okay, getting it all of you? 22. Okay, now turn the page. See the side heading NEET. See the side heading NEET. Question number 1, homework. Question number 2, homework. In NEET, next page. Question number 1, homework. Question number 2, homework. Question number 3, homework. Question number 4, homework. Question number 5, homework. Question number 6, homework. All are direct questions. All are from the formula. Okay, you get whatever you get, but these questions you should do because these are neat questions. Okay, question number 1 to question number 6. Okay, it's a direct formula and a direct answer, but I want you to solve it neatly. Okay, now turn the page. I will do 2 to 3 questions more and then we'll stop. Okay, turn the page. Come to question number 13. Come to question number 13. Question number 13. Tell me the answer. Question number 13. Tell me the answer.
Option B.
Question number 13, option will be B. If a diamagnetic substance is brought near the north or the south pole of a bar magnet, diamagnetic will be repelled by any pole. It is not having that north pole I'll attract, south pole I'll repel. No, diamagnetic is repelled by a magnet. If it is repelled by a magnet, Shannon, if it is repelled by a magnet, it is repelled by both the poles of a magnet. Therefore, answer for the 13th one will be B. Answer for the 13th one will be B.
Sir.
14th one.
Sir. Sir, you told that diamagnet have very less power to attract. So why it will not attract any one of the pole?
First of all, diamagnetic will not attract at all. Diamagnetic will repel. Paramagnetic have less power to attract. The question is diamagnetic, not paramagnetic. Diamagnetic will not attract at all. They will get repelled. What you're saying is paramagnetic. Question number 14, answer will be, check question number 14, answer will be D. The magnetic moment of a diamagnetic atom is 0 because there is no magnetism at all. There is no magnetism at all. Therefore, answer will be 0. There is no magnetism at all. Therefore, answer will be 0. Okay. (15) and 16, we will do it and then we'll stop. So everyone tell me the answer for 15th one and the 16th one. We'll finish 15th and 16th and then we will stop. Okay. So tell me answer for the 15th one. Correct. Shannon, right? Maren, just check. Zamita, correct. 15th one, a diamagnetic material in a magnetic field moves. So when I bring a diamagnetic to the magnet, it goes from the stronger part to the weaker part because it gets repelled by a magnet, correct? Diamagnetic gets repelled by a magnet. That means it goes away from the magnet. So when you go away from the magnet, can I say you're going towards the weaker field? Because as you keep going away from the magnet, the field becomes weaker and weaker. And as you keep going towards the magnet, the field becomes stronger and stronger. Therefore, can I say diamagnet goes away from the magnet? Diamagnet goes away from the magnet. And as diamagnet goes away from the magnet, it goes from stronger part to the weaker part. Therefore, can I say answer for the 15th one is C. Answer for the 15th one is C. Now start solving for 16th one. Answer for the 16th. The magnetic susceptibility does not depend on temperature. Now you know for paramagnetic it is Curie's law depending on temperature. For ferromagnetic it is Curie-Weiss law we did yesterday. And for diamagnetic I made you write one point particularly. Remember I made you write one extra point that for diamagnetic it does not depend on temperature. Check your notebook. In your table of diamagnetic, paramagnetic and ferromagnetic, I made you write one point yesterday for temperature. Diamagnetic does not depend on temperature. Paramagnetic depends on temperature with Curie's law, and ferromagnetic depends on it by Curie-Weiss law. Understanding? Okay. Remind me in the next class, I have to do question number 11. Okay, and similar questions compared to question number 11. Just someone of you remind me. Question number 11, there is a new formula I have to teach you. So remind me
what
that
was
in the
the
next
answer?
class.
16 paramagnetic.
Answer for 16th one is C, diamagnetic. Answer for 16th one is C, diamagnetic. Answer for 15th one is also C. Answer for both 15th and 16th one is C. Is it clear? Now, next class I'll complete this chapter anyway. See here in this module, we have completed magnetism. Next class I'm doing this same module so that the whole module is done. Your exam when it comes, moving charges and magnetism, the first exam that comes, that means you have to study this magnetism. I'll anyway be telling you what you need to study. Therefore, be ready for magnetism exam only right now. But next class, let me complete the topic first and then you can study. Please remind me to do question number 11 in the next class. Okay. So with that, we stop for today. Do the homework and let me know, especially the NEET homework for 6. Okay, very well. Okay, so with that, you can log off. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Bye.
sir.
So
Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.